What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the brand new Trippy Chinchilla box in Animation Throwdown. First up, like always, let's take a look at the legendary pre-combo of the box, Trippy Zoidberg. So this is actually a pretty well balanced out pre-combo between offense and defense. I love its attack stat at 17 and its HP stat at 55. It's a really good balance between just raw power as well as good tanky HP, so you can play this either way. Its skills kind of support that as well. You have Motivate, so that could be either supporting your offensive or defensive line, no matter how that goes, because it's not chained to any one particular show or trait. That can go to any card, so you're going to get much use out of that. You also have the 13 Leech there, which is really good to keep the HP of this card up high. So once again, offensively, it's great to keep your HP up there for score, or even on defense, it just makes it that much harder for your opponent to kill it, and it's hanging around that much longer. And as for the gas, that works both ways as well. You can either be chipping away at your opponent's defensive line on offense there to break holes quicker, or defensively, you're shaving off points for score there to give them a worse score against you in rumbles. So I see this as a really good happy medium on the balance there, and I expect this to be used quite a bit during the current Addicted Battleground effect. Now let's take a look at the legendary items of the box. First up is the new Chinchilla Addict Wayne. So this is going to be the defensive item this time around. This really reminds me of the knife-wielding seal item back from the Animal Battleground effect. It's almost an identical clone there. It's got 59 HP, which the knife-wielding seal had as well. It also has the bodyguard and crazed skill there, which knife-wielding seal also had, I believe. So pretty much almost an identical card there, but it's going to be great on defense with all of that HP there. You also have the bodyguard to be blocking out punches and the like to just protect your card wall a bit longer and keep this card around a bit longer. The craze is nice. Keep in mind though, with the six attack starting out, that's going to be a really slow chugging out start there, so it's just not really going to do much good for you there. This is more about just being a good defensive item, and you're going to want to make sure you get that combo made sooner than later, because that's going to be a really slow climb to you have any sort of build on that craze. We talked about this second item in last week's box review, but to recap, the Baked Evil Monkey is going to be the offensive item this time around for Addicted. It's got 20 attack, which is right up there at the top for the attack stat for items right now. 35 HP isn't great, so I would avoid running it on defense. You do have 11 sturdy wall there, which is kind of nice to be a bit helpful there to protect it a bit. And when you factor in your leech there as well, it also is going to help you keep it alive a bit longer as well there. But it's still a pretty risky move on defense because Sturdy Wall can be overcome by the jab skill, and Sturdy Wall doesn't block out punches. So with 35 HP, any combo with a decent amount of attack and punches will be one-shotting this thing. So definitely not the way to go on defense, but offensively it can work pretty great, especially because you're in control of the cards on offense. And the last item in the box is another one we talked about in the previous review, but to recap, it is one of the older items. Butterscotch Cookies is one of the original Addicted items that was first released around when the game first came out. So looking at it, it's a pretty well balanced out card. It's got decent starting attack and decent HP, not too high, not too low. As for its skills, it does have the Craze skill there, so it can get stronger each turn, and it does have a bit of heal all to all friendly Addicted cards, so that can help you out for your heals in rumbles and challenges. However, it's only a small amount, and even though it does have Craze, you're better off just getting your combos made with this card. The one thing I do want to mention about the combos though is because it is an older one, you're not going to be able to make all of your newer combos with this one, unfortunately, so it's not the same combos you would get with the other newer cards. And speaking of the combos in general, we actually went full-on in-depth in the last box review for pretty much all of the Addicted combos, so feel free to check that out at your leisure if you want to see my thoughts on them. And also feel free to check out my Facebook. I just posted a bunch of combo synergy maps for the Addicted Battleground effect to help with deck building if you need it to see what cards combo with what. Anyways, with the items out of the way, now let's go ahead and take a look at the characters. First up is the brand new Lois Griffin card. We briefly talked about Lois in a box review a while back, but to recap on her, I think she's a really neat addition to the game. I think she's really well balanced out there as well for her skills and stats there. She does lean a bit more towards defense with that HP as well as having the sturdy wall there. However, she can work great on offense with certain combos. I also really like that she has the Motivate there, and the 5 Heal All to Family Guide cards is pretty cool if you want to run her in Siege or if you happen to be running an all Family Guide deck. So there's definitely some potential in there. As for her combos, she currently combos with 111 cards across the game, and she does have a couple addicted combos, so we'll be taking a look at those. And first up will be her new addicted combo, Shoplift Addict. I think this is a great combo, easily makes my top 5 list of combos for her. So if you look at the breakdown there, she's got Hijack, Leech, and Crazed. Those are all amazing skills to have. Those work great on both offense and defense. It's a really great balance. I also think it's going to be a great game changer for Siege, because a lot of people would run Viking Peter decks and Family Guy islands for Siege, and this is like pretty much a perfect counter to that, because you got the Hijack there to prevent the Vikings from crazing, and it's got Leech to be healing up the damage it'll be taking, and it'll be crazing itself against it, so I think this is going to be a game changer. So, all in all, a fantastic combo for her, and I think it's going to be used a lot by a lot of the top guilds during the current Battleground effect for Rumbles and the like, and who knows, like I said, I think it is going to change the scene for Siege. And Lois's other addicted combo is her older one, Model Lois. In contrast to her newer addicted combo, I'm going to be honest, I don't like this one as much. The only real use for this would be on defense, just because of the skills there with the sturdy wall. It makes it a nice little buffer, but that's all it's got going for it. It's not supporting you in any other way. There's no other useful skills helping it out. It's not going to be doing too much damage besides the its initial attack stat and whatever buffs it'll be getting from the Battleground effect going on right now. So all in all, I full-heartedly advise you go for that newer combo if you can over this old one, as it's just not as good. It's completely inferior in my opinion. And now with both of Lois's addicted combos out of the way, let's take a quick look at the other character in the box, Hank Hill. Hank is one of the most sought after premium legendary characters in the game, and for good reason. He is one of the best offensive characters that you can run. His stats are pretty well balanced there at 15 and 36. 15 is towards the higher end of attack 4 characters. What really is going to set him above everything else, though, is going to be the combos that you can make with him. As you can see here, Hank does combo with 208 cards across the game, and he has more or less really good combos across almost every single trait in the game, so you will most likely be able to run him at any point in time for any BGE and have some great combos to make. So let's take a quick look at his addicted combos. First up is his new Cigarette Addicts one, and as you can see, it's quite easily a top combo for him just based on those skills. It's got Gas, Leech, and Crazed, all great ones to have. The Leech is going to be good to keep his HP up for higher scores, and then the Crazed is just going to be good to be doing maximum damage. The Gas will be good to help you kind of just whittle down your opponent's card walls as well. Normally that skill breakdown would be great to run on defense, however Hank is a horrible character to run defensively, as with his base 35 HP, his base 36 HP as a character, he is really easy to one-shot in a Rumble setting there, since your opponents get to go first, and that's usually how you want to play Rumble, is try to take out the card in slot 1 as quick as possible. So I would avoid running this on defense, as it's just asking to get your ass beat. And Hank's other addicted combo is his older one, Junkie Hank. I'm going to be honest, normally I hate this combo because it's strictly speaking defensive with its skill breakdown of the Payback and the Leech. Those are more defensive than offensive, so normally I would hate this combo. However, due to the current Battleground effect for addicted cards getting free heals, I can actually see this potentially working offensively as well, because you're going to get your free heals in there on top of the Leech, and then the Payback, when combined with the attack buff you'll be getting from the Battleground effect as well, actually makes it to be in a unique position there to where you could actually get rid of cards in slot 1 in Rumble relatively quickly, while also getting this healed back up to full pretty easily as well between those heals and the Leech. So it's in a unique spot right now in the game where this can actually be useful, but any other time, if it didn't have those right circumstances kind of just set up, normally I would not be a fan of this combo, just because, like I said, Hank is not a good character to run defensively, and this is mostly a defensive combo. Alright, and now that we have the characters out of the way, let's take a brief look at the epic pre-combos. First up is Shoplift Addict. So as far as epic pre-combos go, I'm going to be honest, I don't like this one pretty much at all. The stats leave a lot to be desired. 14 attack and 40 HP are nothing special. As for the skills, They're great skills for support for a Bob's Burgers deck if that's what you're running, but I only see this being useful maybe in Siege, as in a Rumble setting, it's just asking to get your ass beat playing this on defense, and even offense, it's not doing much to help you. Sure, it might be shielding your deck if you're running Bob's Burgers, but it's not doing anything to shield itself. The 9 punch is nice, but if you want to go for punch, just go for actual combos that'll be dealing out a lot more punch damage, so I'm going to have to give this one a hard pass for this epic pre-combo. As for the other epic pre-combo of the box, Freeweed Haley, this one has some potential on defense just because it does have over 50 HP, but that is a bit on the lower end, so just be careful with that because there are combos out there, especially with the current buff going on this if you're not careful. Skill-wise, this can work as a potential healer for you if you need some heals in there for rumbles and challenges. You are getting free heals though from the battleground effect, so 5 heal all, while it sounds good, isn't necessarily necessary. The hijack is a nice skill to try to stave off your opponents from crazing against you if this card can survive the one-shot, so that is a nice thing to have in there. And the 11 recover is nice, so if you do get some other combos made on the field, you can increase the longevity of this card by 11 for the health there, so that's a nice little thing thrown in there to make this work on defense there. I would kind of try to avoid running it on offense as it's not having too much power behind it. It's true it can be a supportive healer, but like I said, for the current battleground effect, you're getting free heals anyways, so why bother? So in conclusion, the legendary pre-combo of the box is actually a pretty well-balanced one, and I'm kind of digging it. It's not the greatest one in the game, don't get me wrong, there are way better ones out there. However, it's not bad, and I do kind of like how balanced it is. As for the items, I love the Chinchilla Addict Wayne and the Baked Evil Monkey. I think both are great. You got one fantastic defensive one there and one fantastic offensive one. As for Butterscotch Cookies, it's not a bad card by any means. I just, with all the new items in the game, me personally, I would prefer to have all new stuff over the old, but that's just me. As for the characters, I love Lois Griffin as a legendary card. They definitely need to add more combos in for her in the future, but I love where she's at right now. She has some great potential. As for Hank, one of the best ones in the game, so nothing bad to say about my boy Hank there. As for your epic pre-combos, Borobu Addict is trash in my opinion, and Freeweed Haley, while not fantastic, isn't horrible either. It has some potential use, so you might get some use out of that depending on the situation. So when I factor all of that in together, I kind of just get an average vibe from this box, so I'm going to give it an average 3 out of 5 Golden Turd rating. However, that being said, I did actually pull quite a few of the cards in this box from my Golden Turd pull, so we're going to go ahead and do some special deal pulls here, just to see if we can maybe complete some quad fuses. So for those who may be newer to the game and didn't know, there are a couple options when it comes to buying a box. You can do a single pull of the box for 450 gems, or if this is your first time pulling from the box, there's a special deal option. So what that special deal option is if we pay 800 gems instead of that 425, we get 3 cards instead of just 1. So this is a good deal because if you do the math on that, for 425, if you do that twice, for 2 cards you're already paying more. So you're basically getting a free card in there. So let's see what my first special deal pull is going to be here. Alright, so I did get a Hank, which is cool, and I got a Butterscotch Cookies. Unfortunately, those are not the cards I wanted. I wanted the new items, or preferably the pre-combo would have been nice too, so while I did get 2 legendaries, which is some great draws from that for a special deal since they weren't guaranteed, still a little salty that I got them, but hey, let's see what happens next. Alright, so after the first special deal is done, if you want to keep pulling from a box, you can click special deal again, and that gives you a new one here. That original special deal one is now replaced by one that costs 3,500 gems. Here's the thing, by doing this one, you get 10 cards for that price, with 2 of them guaranteed to be legendary cards. So that first special deal that we did, there was no guarantee to get legendaries. I could have been completely boned and gotten only the blue epic cards, so that was a possibility. It didn't happen to me this time. However, it has happened in the past, and I'm sure it's happened to many of you as well, so whenever you are trying to buy from a box, I always recommend saving up to the 4,300 gems, which would be enough to get you both special deals, because if you're only doing that first one for your 800 gems, RNG is going to bone you more often than not, and you're not going to see too many legendaries. But if you save up to the 43, you're going to be getting 13 cards on those pulls there, with at least 2 of them guaranteed to be legendaries, but sometimes you get more too. Like, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever really did a pull where I've only gotten just the 2 basic legendaries, so it's not a bad way to go if you're trying to pull from boxes. So let's dip into this and see what we get. Alright, so as you can see there, we had a really nice haul there for the second pull there. We got 2 of the legendary pre-combos there. We got some Hanks, and we got a Baked Evil Monkey there, and a Wayne Addict. Is that 3 Hanks right there? Or is that just 2? Nope, that was 3 Hanks. That completes the quad right there. That's 1 quad fuse we got just from both special pulls. So, not too bad on the hauls there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to complete any of my quads from the Chinchilla or the Baked Evil Monkey. Do have a single fuse now of the Trippy Zoidberg. Would have been nice to have the quad, but hey, that's just how it went with those pulls. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to click that like button, and if you're new to the channel or haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button and click that little bell icon so you get notified of new uploads. I should hopefully have some more opening videos up within the next week. Thanks again, guys. Peace.